Hi, everyone, and welcome to Leaf Rants. The Toronto Maple Leafs lose 3-2 in overtime, somehow, to the San Jose Sharks. Honestly, I thought it was a really good game for the Toronto Maple Leafs up until that overtime, and there was a couple players who definitely didn't help that. William Nylander being one of them. He was really good this game, had 2 points tonight, couldn't get anything going in overtime, and was horrible at the end in the third. So let's talk about it, and first I want to talk about the lines, because Craig Berube demoted William Nylander to the third line. Knies Matthews Domi, first line. Cowan Tavares Nylander, second line. Or Cowan Tavares Robertson, second line. I like that. Tavares, he just needs two guys beside him that can work hard. That's all he needs. He had a good night tonight. Not much going in the offensive zone, not a lot of touches or anything, but I thought he played great. I thought he set up a couple chances for Nick Robertson. I don't know how he didn't score. His streak's over as well of being healthy scratched and then coming in and playing and scoring a goal. So I guess that's done. And then third line of Joshua, Waugh, and Nylander. And they started this game amazing. Waugh and Joshua digging in early. What a turnaround Joshua has had the past few games since being healthy scratch. That's exactly what you need from him. And then a fourth line of Rants, Lawton, Yarncroke. That just makes sense. They take a lot more of the defensive draws, especially with Nylander on that third line. It can take away a little bit from Nick Waugh having such a defensive heavy load. And you can give them a bit more offensive chances because the third line has been the best third line no matter who was on it so far. And then D pairing stay the same, Riley. We'll talk a little bit more about him, subtle foreshadowing. McCabe, Stetcher, and then Benoit Thrun, who made his Leafs debut tonight. Glad to see him in over Philip Myers, but I imagine we will be seeing Myers next game. And then the Hilda Beast gets the start. He has been amazing. But let's break down the game. Morgan Rielly gets a penalty for slashing Delharnia. I don't know how to pronounce that game, but he was really good tonight, Delharnia, or however you say it. Rielly just gets a stick, riding on the hip, up into the hands a little bit, and there's a penalty shot called there. Obviously, Dennis Hildeby, all 6'7" of him, makes a... Sorry, I know 6'7's dead. Makes a huge stop and keeps it 0-0. Then William Nylander with some fancy edges creates a play back to Jake McCabe, takes a slap shot, goes off Joshua's stick, off of Timothy Liljegren's legs, and the Leafs are up 1-0. Timothy, you do not play for the Toronto Maple Leafs anymore. You do not have to be doing that. I appreciate it. Once a Leaf, always a Leaf. 1-0. That line gets going early. Created off of something William Nylander's done. Pointless in his last 4 games. Gets a point. Is one of the main contributors. Or no, he doesn't get a point on this because it goes off of Liljegren. So it's just Joshua unassisted. Should have got a point on this. Set up the goal. Created it. It's 1-0. Good first for the Leafs. Got rewarded. Up 1-0 after 1. Exactly what you love to see from them. Build off that. Second period. Klingberg trips Cowan off of a great shift in the offensive zone by that Robertson, Tavares, Cowan line. Leafs got their first power play of the night. Leafs power play going into tonight is horrible. Really bad. And it still was bad because they don't score on that. But Nick Robertson, very active in front of the net, especially in that second, just needed to find a corner. A lot of his shots were just in the body, in the middle of the net, low chances. Not going to score off those, but I thought he played great. A few minutes later, Dennis Hildeby, the Hilda Beast, plays the puck behind his net, skates it out in front, and never mind, it's okay. He passes it to McCabe, but it looked like he was about to knock it into his own net for a minute. I was scared. Could have been really bad there, but it wasn't. Then Nylander, Stetcher, Thrun, they all break sticks within 5 minutes of play. I don't know what was going on there. And then everyone just seemed to be falling in that second period. So I don't know if there's something up with the ice for them to fall. I don't know what was going on with their sticks. Maybe they were doing the Brady Tkachuk prank to Claude Giroux, but who knows? Then the Beast, again, with a big cross-crease stop on Toffoli with his pad, cleans up the rebound with his glove. Big 2 stops there. Could have tied it up. That could have been the end of the game there. We know they lost, but that's a big stop for him. He played amazing tonight, deserved to get the dub. Then Leafs to another power play. Second power play of the night. William Nylander, side, on his offside, turns the body to fake a pass, and looks like he's going to pass it back to either Tavares or Rielly, who knows who. Everyone bites. He sold this move. everyone bit except for Austin Matthews, who's parked all alone on the side of the net. If you're going to leave Austin Matthews all alone like that, you deserve to get scored on. Yeah, Matthews hasn't been scoring to his fullest potential this season. He has goals in his past couple games. He's looked pretty solid. 2-0. Can't leave Austin Matthews all alone like that. The power play's been bad, but come on, that's Austin Matthews. You still know who he is. 2-0. Then Orlov goes upstairs over Dennis Hildeby. His first goal in 40 games, first of the season. Beautiful goal, right over the shoulder, right over the blocker. One cuts the lead in half. Then, end of the period, Simone Benoit, who I thought he had an okay game up to this point. But this was my breaking point for him yet again. Dumb backhand attempt, I guess, along the boards with 5 seconds left. Leads to a cross-crease chance in front of the net. Hildeby had to be huge on that, and you can breathe. You're up 2-1 going into the second. What could go wrong, am I right? Third period, gets tangled with Gaudet, who just falls right onto his left ankle. Not on purpose. It wasn't a hit. He fell. He lost his balance. He fell there, and it looks like a left ankle injury. OEL leaving, couldn't put any pressure onto his left leg at all. Just terrible considering how good OEL has been this season and how good that Riley-OEL pairing has been. Leafs with OEL and Riley and the Capitals with Carlson and Chychrun are the only two teams in the league to have two defensemen with more than 20 points this season. Yeah, OEL has a times gold for percentage of 59.37%. In their entire time together. They are winning their minutes. They have been amazing. And the Leafs are thin on D right now. There's no D left. Who else is going to play? Like, you have to put Phil Myers in. Thrun's going to have to be thrown up to that top pairing, I guess, because you got to keep McCabe Stetcher together. They've been great. You need a D guy back. Like, Carlo, Tanev. Half of your NHL D out. You're playing with Thrun, Myers, Stetcher, and Benoit are all in the lineup. Nothing against Stetcher. He's been amazing. But he's a waiver claim from Edmonton. Thrun was traded one for Ryan Reeves, who had a lot to say going into tonight's game, by the way. Or Ryan Reeves. He was talking about how the Leafs told him that basically he can't play in the NHL anymore. And, to say I agree with them. But Leafs need something. I'd keep that McCabe Stetcher together. They're probably going to play Myers with OEL. Or not OEL. With Benoit. But I'd like to call up Benning. Give him a shot, or Villeneuve. Bit more of an offensive upside on him. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what's going on, right? Then Easton Cowan gets a toe drag chance. That was stopped. Joshua interference call, and the Leafs head to the PK. They kill it off, and then literally immediately after, Ryan Reeves on the back door, open for the pass, goes off of Simone Benoit's leg, and it's tied up 2-2. Except the Leafs challenge it for offside, which it is. Adam Gaudet skating backwards into the Leaf zone, which you're allowed to do if you have possession, passes it just before the puck crosses the line, just before his entire body was offside. You no longer have possession as soon as you pass it. You're offside. No goal. Stays 2-1. Then Nick Waugh draws a hooking call. Leafs go to the power play, can't capitalize, but they gain some momentum on. And Dennis Hildeby makes a blocker stop. It goes off. He grabs the glove and stops it like that. It was insane. Dennis Hildeby, you deserve the win tonight. Then John Klingberg, revenge goal, ties it up. That was completely on William Nylander there. Nylander had a chance to clear the puck out of the zone. He can't. Offensive. Nick Waugh, you can see him pointing to Nylander that Klingberg is wide open and you need to cover him. Nylander doesn't look sloppy on that play. Just, what are you doing? No chance as Hildeby can't see it at all, and you have to go to OT. Nylander set up the first two Leafs goals. He got demoted to the third line. Demoted. He did. Because he's been pointless in his last four. And that's the stuff you don't like to see from him. That's just lazy. Not defending, not picking up your guy. Like, Nick Waugh told you who to cover. He told you. He pointed at you mid-play, and you still didn't do it. You try to go and block the shot, just lazy, getting a single foot. Like, what are you doing? You barely tried to block that shot, and you get scored on. Then Wenberg scores to win it 3-2. Refs take a look at it for another offside. The entire Leafs are already off the ice at this point. They have to come back onto the bench. And yeah, good goal. So the Leafs go back to the bench like never happened. And yeah, giving Austin Matthews a bit of crap on that OT. Got double shifted. He shouldn't have been out there again. They went Matthews and O'Reilly to start it. Then they got subbed off for Tavares, Nyes, McCabe. And then they put on Matthews, Nylander, Riley again. Matthews was exhausted on that play, loses the puck in the offensive zone. 2-on-1 going the other way. Nylander goes off for Max Domi, who's the only guy back. Tilderby makes a huge stop on the play. Can't get the rebound. Looks like he might have been kicked in. Nope. Offside. Good goal. And the Leafs lose 3-2. So the Leafs have won like the past few games. They've been really good. And they get a point tonight. So, yeah, should have won this game for the Beast. I don't know. They played good. Like, I can't really be upset about this. Yeah, it would have been nice to get the dub. I don't know. You guys played great. What else am I supposed to say? Tavares, Robertson, Cowan, Matthews, Domi, Benoit, McCabe, Stetcher, and Riley. All -1s tonight. They matter, though. Even with OEL out, Simone Benoit played less than 18 minutes. Stetcher only 22, Riley 24, McCabe 24. They got a lot of play with OEL out. And Tavares playing less than 17 minutes tonight, 16:58. Just thought that was notable. Cowan only less than 11 minutes of play tonight. What's the point? Got to play him more. I thought he looked good tonight. But, yeah, Blues, tough one for them. Play again on Saturday. Turn it around. All the skating, hopefully he'll be better. I don't know what these D pairs are going to look like, but I imagine you move Thrun up, put Myers in. That's what I imagine Craig Burberry will do. If you play Myers with Riley, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, don't play Myers. He looks horrible beside Benoit. Call it Villeneuve or Benning. Call it Benning. That's what I'd do. Call it Benning.